Hey y'all. Hey, hey, hey. Happy Sunday. Hey Smooth. You might be the only one joining me for right now for this some beauty content tonight. I appreciate you tapping in. I'm all over the place with these different screens. This is gonna be podcast style, baby. This is my Sunday night trending talks podcast session. And tonight I am going to be talking about embracing our inner beauty for 40 plus seasoned women. Yes, yes, indeed. If I can get to where I'm supposed to be, yeah. Let me know if you can still hear me smooth. Can you still hear me with that up there? This is the weekly podcast that comes on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tonight's topic, of course, is going to be embracing your inner beauty at age 40 plus. Because the whole idea is women, in particularly seasoned women of a particular age, it's very easy for us to get out of sorts. And so I just want to talk to us about aging gracefully and embracing it. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I probably need to turn this music down in my background, huh? But I'm chilling. It's a holiday weekend, and I am trying to get back on top of my live stream game. Okay. So with that being said, I'll probably get more people on the replay. I don't know why that's been happening more with me lately. I'm not mad either way. If you have the ability to share this stream out, please do and welcome in everybody. Welcome in, everybody. I appreciate you being here. If you're tapping in on the replay game, welcome, welcome, welcome. As you can see, the monetization is not on for this stream. So if you find that you enjoy the content here, please feel free to tip your girl on the Cash App at $Pandi 2019. You can do that at any time to show your support. It is appreciated, but definitely not mandatory. All right. So, as I stated, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into tonight's topic. I have 6 ways that we can embrace our inner beauty. As a woman of, how old am I now? I have to remember. I'm 48. And when we get to a certain place and time, we start thinking about things a little bit more critically. So I am going to just be sharing a few tips on how we can kind of embrace this process a little bit more smoothly. All right. And with that being said, I have 6 tips that I'm going to share. Okay. And tip number 1, as far as it relates to how we can embrace our inner beauty as women of a particular age, more seasoned, I would like to call it. We don't get old. We become more seasoned. It's very important for us to embrace that inner beauty once we hit that age. And I believe step number 1, or tip number 1, I should say, is understanding the beauty industry and how it relates to us. That's very important. You know, society conditions women like us to dislike ourselves in order to sell us products. And it's really that simple. You know, there are all these beauty standards that are designed to make that almighty dollar, basically. And there's nothing wrong with us, um, but it's nature as women for us to see products and want to purchase them. Obviously, trying to improve upon our beauty. Um, However, the thing is, we have to start from within. And when we're comfortable with our inner beauty, of course, it's nothing wrong with enhancing our outer beauty, but it's understanding the system. And that is pretty much the first step towards dismantling any uneasiness that we might have about embracing our beauty, be that inwardly or outwardly. So that is tip number one. All right. Now, tip number two that I wanted to discuss is following influencers that inspire you or that build your confidence, that motivate you, encourage you. A lot of us are on social media, be that Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, whatever social media platforms that you might be on. Be particular about the influencers that you decide to follow. You know, today's images of perfection through social media at first glance seem so savvy that, we can find ourselves, if we're not careful, running out and spending a arm and a leg trying to keep up with the Joneses. Okay. And then don't go out there and make a fool of yourself and be in the 20-year-old section when you really need to be in the 40-plus-year-old section. So it's very easy to get overwhelmed with all of the influencers that are out here. But as long as you are following influencers that inspire you and that build up your confidence, I think we'll be fine. So make sure that you're, careful to keep that in mind when you're deciding to follow certain beauty influencers, be that hair, skincare, makeup, fashion, whatever. Choose them wisely. Okay. Follow influencers that inspire you and build up your confidence, motivate you, and inspire you. That is tip number two. Now, tip number three is we got to start embracing our flaws. We have to embrace our flaws. We can't hate the flaws. We have to learn to embrace them, and that starts from within, really with self love. Of course, I'm not here to tell you to think of stretch marks as tiger stripes. Obviously, we have to be realistic. I'm not saying that we have to adore them, but if they're there, don't beat yourself up about them. Surely we understand that self love is very important and self hate is a very real thing. And it takes a lot of energy to ignore something like that. You know, be self positive, try to pour into yourself, however that may look for you. A lot of times, affirmations help, quotes help, whatever is motivational and inspirational for you, especially as it pertains to your own personal flaws. Learn to embrace them. Look at your strengths rather than your weaknesses, and try to channel those and go from there. That is my recommendation. I find it very helpful. Now, tip number four, and this one can be a little bit challenging. This one can be a little bit challenging as well. Trying to get back to my visuals here because we're still on self love. It is challenging, trust me. Hey, Ruthie! Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for popping in. I wasn't even looking in the chat. Tonight's topic is embracing our inner radiance, our inner beauty at age 40 plus. This is very, very important. Now, tip number four, as I was saying earlier, this one could be a little bit difficult. We need to be setting an example for the younger women. And sometimes this is not always easy to do. A lot of these young ladies are hard. They from the streets, they from the hood, and you can't tell them nothing. Ask me how I know. I used to be that girl. Okay? So trust me, this is a process, but it's very important that we make it simple. We start at home. And that can be with our own children, with our nieces, with friends' daughters, neighbors, etc. But set an example of self love and self care with younger women, especially with regards to embracing their beauty. In particularly with younger women, they're more focused on their outward appearance. So encourage them, compliment them, motivate them, lift them up, be that example that they need to see. This will in turn help you feel better about yourself as well. And you never know, just a kind word goes a long way with somebody because you never know what their walk is, or where they're at that particular moment. Okay, next up, number 5, call your friends out when they put themselves down. It is nothing worse than hearing a woman trash talk themselves or overanalyze a situation and put themselves down. A real friend is going to step in and tell them, hey, don't talk about yourself like that. Give them words of encouragement. When they are thinking negatively, give them something that's going to uplift them. Maybe they didn't like the way a particular outfit fit them or the way they showed up for work or whatever the situation might be. But whatever the case is, when you find them in just casual conversation, feeling down on themselves and being overly hard on themselves, call them out on that. Obviously, you don't want to get indignant with them or disrespectful, but let them know, boo, that's not cool. You are better than that. And pick them back up, dust her shoulders off so she can, adjust her crown, get back on track, and keep it moving. A good friend would do that for their friend. Now, the last tip that I have for tonight's episode, y'all, tip number 6, don't ever apologize for who you are, ever. Don't ever do it. We are greatness, and it's important that we learn. Age is a privilege, and it's a privilege that is denied to many. Approaching 40 means that we're entering a very monumental stage in our lives. We're ripe and in bloom. Society wants to, of course, make us invisible because when women come into their power, the rebellious thing to do is love ourselves unconditionally. And when you really step into that place of self love and you're really nurturing yourself and you're picking yourself up and you're filling yourself up on the inside and it's radiating on the outside, you are going to have people, coming at you like, oh, she thinks she's all that. Oh, she's too prideful. Oh, she's too this, she's too that. But don't ever, ever, ever apologize for who you are. Embrace your beauty, embrace your inner beauty, embrace your outward beauty, and encourage others to do the same. That was pretty much the gist for tonight's episode. Just embrace who you are becoming, pour into yourself on a regular basis, love yourself. Sometimes it takes us standing up in the mirror and just giving ourselves some encouraging words. However, that might look for you, don't ever apologize for who you are and always, always embrace you. Okay? I want to thank you all for tuning in for another edition of Trendsetter Talks with Pandi, my Sunday night podcast. This is just a quick conversation to come on and let you all know that I'm still here. These episodes tend to come out there about 15 to maybe 30 minutes in length. Sometimes there'll be a recap from the week's trending topics, or I may have a specific topic. Much like tonight, I wanted to really hit on that inner beauty for women age 40 plus because I am very passionate about that. And hey, Butter Roll Boutique, thanks for popping in. And other times I'll have interviews. It just kind of depends. I do have a topic coming up soon. Y'all stay tuned for it. I'm going to be talking about the fertility rates and the disproportionate rates with minority women versus non minority women. I think this is a very important topic to touch on. And I hope that you guys continue to stay subscribed, continue to tune in, continue to leave those comments, and continue to share the videos out. I would greatly appreciate it. Obviously, I'm still doing my hair, skin, beauty content, as well as motivational shorts. And what's the other topics that I cover on here? Game nights. I got a game night coming up, but it's been so hectic with my work schedule and everything. So I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things. So I definitely appreciate y'all coming through and showing some love and tuning in. And with that being said, I am going to thank you guys all for being here and wish you all a blessed holiday weekend. Well, it's not really a holiday weekend. It's kind of weird, the holiday coming in the middle of the week like that. But yeah, a blessed rest of the week, I should say. And if you guys didn't remember to do so on your way coming in, please don't forget to blow dry on that like button for me on your way going out. And y'all stay safe out there, stay encouraged, and I will definitely catch up with you all in the next video. Peace, y'all.